Hey everybody, it's Kevin Alexander, and this week we have a double dose of the fastest 5 minutes in Florida, as Florida A&M hosted Arkansas State last Thursday night and traveled to in-state rival FIU yesterday afternoon. Let's get into the highlights. Last game, Troy started the scoring early by returning the opening kickoff all the way to the house. Arky State was not up to that pace, but they did manage to score in the first play from scrimmage on a 70-yard touchdown scamper off the right side. Another score put them up at 14. It was the Rattlers' turn as Blake Brewer picked up where he left off last week by taking it in from 6 to cut the deficit in half. Waiting seconds of the first quarter, the quarterback Sparks is able to connect with his receiver Alvarez for an 85-yard score. Speed has been something that A&M cannot compete with this year and will need to be a big focus in the offseason and in recruiting. The Red Wolves would absolutely take over this game, going up 42-7 by halftime. The Rattlers would not find the end zone again until the fourth quarter when Stanford Wright chucks up a prayer that's somehow caught by his own team. Stanford Wright went down with a back injury during the final seconds of the game, and his status going into the FIU game was questionable. He finished today with only 193 yards on 13 completions, 1 touchdown to 2 interceptions. Blake Brewer rushed for 133 yards and 1 touchdown. We here at the Student Station would like to take a second to thank all of our sponsors of college football. Pizza, for when you want heartburn with your disappointment. Beer. Nothing helps a Saturday go by faster than a case of beer. Any kind will do, we're not picky. And your local furniture store. Go buy a comfy couch. You're going to be there all day long. And Coach Tank Monroe announced earlier in the week that starting linebacker Den Miller will be suspended for the first half of the game for violating multiple team rules. So the Rattlers traveled to Miami, also missing their starting corner, so a struggling defense got a little thinner. After receiving the opening kickoff, FAMU used the legs of Blake Brewer to set up the touchdown pass to everybody's boy McCoy. The defense tries to jump the route but comes up short, and the Golden Panthers take it to the house to tie us up at 7. Another forced punt allowed FIU to go 60 yards over 3 plays, ending with this scoring toss. And a clipping penalty on the kickoff killed the Rattlers' drive before it could even start. This paved the way for the fullback to barrel his way into the end zone to broaden the Panthers' lead. A&M trying to score once more before half, and they do on this pass connection to Thomas. Cuts the lead in half, but the Panthers were offended and decided to add those points back on the next play from scrimmage. 66-yard touchdown pass. After driving down the field in no time, the Rattlers hook a field goal attempt wide right with time expiring in the half. Both teams bringing the excitement to end the first 2 quarters. Looks like Brewer was going to add to his touchdown total for the year, but they mark him short. Stanford Wright finishes it off with a sneak for a Rattler touchdown, and Wright throws his 3rd touchdown of the game. He finished with 291 yards through the air and added a touchdown on the ground for 4 total. Even though Blake Brewer only found the promised land once, he did run for 210 yards, continuing a prolific season for the back. Here were Coach Monroe's thoughts on the game. Stanford Wright made better decisions with the ball, only throwing 1 pick, but our receivers dropped some passes. This is a completely new system for these guys, so they'll get it as the season goes along. Our defense had their moments, breaking up some passes and got to the ball carrier, but they did neither consistently. We're going to have to really lock down if we're going to compete with some of these teams. Rattlers in action Saturday as they take on Louisiana Tech. Until next time, I'm Kevin Alexander. Stay safe, Rattler Nation.